were your expectations up until the day the Suns let you go?
It was abrupt for me too, Rachel. 3 games into the preseason, I known how it was going to go. We probably would have scheduled more Australian teams in the preseason. But no, it was unexpected. But as you know, it's a coach.
Brady now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Gordon, of course, picked up in a trade from the Browns back on September 18th, and he really should help the Patriot offense that has some question marks in wide receiver.
Yeah, you're banking on a lot of potential here with Josh Gordon because if you get the total package, if you get the size, the speed, the catch radius, the ability to play the ball in the air, he has everything. Could be one of the top 3 or 4 receivers in the NFL when he's on top of his game, and they need him to be that. Remember, they traded Brandon Cooks to the Los Angeles Rams in the offseason.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. To throw is Brady. And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
Looks like they'll be there a while. So I think that's what every organization is striving for, that organizational stability. That starts at the top, obviously, with ownership and trickles down to the front office, the coaching staff, and the players. So, that they are different. There has been a lot of turnover in Phoenix. But again, for me, Mr. Sarver is great. He gave me a great opportunity, and I tried to take advantage of it.
On second down, here's Brady. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
It was, as I mentioned, after our 3rd preseason game. And for me, there was a little bit surprising.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Like I said, it was surprising. But, Robert thought it was best, and I was there 5+ years, and again, I appreciate it.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
Had a couple high-profile free agents in. You got to hire some coaches with that offseason.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
At number 13, you got great compensation for Goran Dragic when he wanted to leave. On the other hand, Goran Dragic wanted to leave. There was that 3-point guard situation.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
And then the no-point guard situation, it felt like going into the summer. What is your biggest regret you have in all of your time in such a game?
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Now Ryan. And he fires one incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. Touchdown, Falcons. Mohamed Sanu, 33 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
20 years old. So now third is early.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Stepping back a second to look at where New England is overall right now. They took care of Buffalo on Monday night, so now they're at 6-2 on a 5-game winning streak after that 1-2 start to the season. And you know, I'm excited. I got to be honest about the game that's coming up next against Brady and Rodgers.
Isn't anyone who's a football fan excited about this? And can we hope for possibly the fourth quarter? Both of them with opportunities down the stretch, having the ball in their hands because they both want it. That'll be a lot of fun. Remember, Rodgers out in Los Angeles against the Rams thought he was going to get one last opportunity. The time Montgomery brought the kickoff out of the end zone, fumbles the ball, game over. He didn't get that last chance. He's going to want it in a big way in New England.
Meanwhile, Tom Brady, one last note against playing Buffalo. He's 29-3 against the Bills in his career. Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And a dump off to White. And he'll get nothing out of that one. He'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. And he's got this down to the 35. Gronk's first catch, good for a 1st down.
Well, there it is, partner. Brady to Gronk, their first connection of the game.
You think those two often in sync?
I don't think there's any question about it. And look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. Two great competitors, two fantastic players.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm really going to take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and throw it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst trap.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in, they get it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ryan.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
I forgot, Chevy also won a JD Power Dependability Award for its light-duty truck.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
Across cars, trucks, and SUVs 3 years in a row.
Ryan. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Now, finding your team's league is just a click away. Whether it's baseball, softball, or challenger program, there's a little league waiting for you. So dream big. And join thousands.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Adrian Claymore in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced them there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Brady. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, my God.
Touchdown.
Wow. That's it.
10 yards out. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. Gostkowski with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Struggle, especially in today's NBA, where there's so much switching out there, and there's all this communication we probably never
And run, Devontae Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now Ryan on second down. Throw right side, caught by
What the
Ridley.
fuck?
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 71 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
To throw, it's Brady. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Then, according to your reporting, before training camp, he was told he wasn't really going to play much. Then he was playing a lot in the first 2 games. Then he was sat
From the
down
gun, it's Brady.
And
he took it up in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Now whistles blow and the Patriots are going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
They should be angry at him. They should be angry at the organization.
I want to get back to Tyson Chandler because, as I mentioned earlier in the show, ESPN reporting he is planning to sign a deal with the Lakers now that he's cleared waivers. So how much is this going to really help this Lakers team as it is presently constructed to have Tyson back in there? He's 36 years old.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a guy who has an idea of what to do on the defensive end. He's been a defensive quarterback.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
But that's not enough. You got plays like this last night where it's over-helping. This is just it's systemic. He does this all the time. And so you need someone out there who won't make those mistakes and maybe can point out those things.
This is a very nice, rational move, getting a guy who is a backup at this point in his career on a little backpack. Why wasn't it such a July? I mean, I'm not saying...
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan steps away to his left. Looking deep for who? And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
He's like, okay, you're going to yell at me.
Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons have broken our tie. And he knocks it through. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
Seconds not to make their way in. That will be good. That's it from LA. The Jump is back on ESPN tomorrow. Normal place, normal time. Thank you to Ryan McDonough for joining us. Thank you for you guys being with us. See you, Pablo and Pablo. Hi, dude.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
Quite frustrated.
How do you think Aaron Rodgers honestly felt after watching the performance of Brady's supporting cast and those coaches do what they do?
You know, here's the thing. Tom Brady didn't play especially well. The numbers certainly aren't bad, but that wasn't some great Tom Brady before. Correct.
Now
They
Brady
won the
again.
game by 2 touchdowns, right? Like, Tom Brady did not have to show
In a double
up.
coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football
But
back.
they do need him to play well. And when he plays well, the expectation is you will now make all these other guys play well. That's just not what the Patriots are asking of Tom Brady. And it's got to be relieving for Brady when you think about it that way.
It's funny in retrospect to see the lead up to this game was advertised by NBC.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Flushed out right.
And I think it's instructive to understand why it's not that way. These guys
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Julian Edelman threw a touchdown to James White. Threw a long pass to James White. Mike McCarthy would never do a gadget trick play like that. He's jealous of that in a little bit at least.
Well, it's more like Kobe.
Now Ryan on first down. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Where this has become interesting, it is in terms of like the historical magnitude of it. I think most of us would agree that Aaron Rodgers is more physically talented than Tom Brady.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. He'll air this one toward Coleman.
Especially those first 2. He was the quarterback.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10.
Now Fowler and Brockers and Stu and Donald. Where were they?
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
They get the game at home. They gave up 35 also. I still think
the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Everything winds up flipping up. So no, I am not convinced that the Saints are necessarily.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from the other team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This is Freeman pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Give them 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build in the momentum of that play. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Patriots take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like in the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Brady will try again on second down. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Brady. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
I don't know why my man thought Mark was done. He's like, yeah, I'm going to segue. No.
They do go for it. It's Brady. This is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring.
We see the dawn of a new day. The beginning.
Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they
tonight, and they invited Michael Irvin on the show, who wanted to make his case to trade for Amari Cooper. Let's just go.
We're talking about the world champions, okay? We're still up there right now.
I asked you a question.
So, well, when you go to history, let's go into history. Don't just go to your history. Let's go to the history. And I think tonight, right here in Dallas, we see the dawn of a new day. The beginning of a new age. And a time where the Cowboys will rightfully regain and take their proper spot among kings. You hear me? Regain and take their proper spot among the kings. I'm just letting you know, baby.
Just letting you know, Bob Lowe, you win. I have no idea what he was saying. I just want more of this. I want Stephen A. to travel the country and sort of take on whoever the resident hot take veteran retired player is, because that was the sweat bowl. That's the sweat. You were Dan. He was sweatier than that part.
But you say you want Stephen A. to take on whoever the local is. Is the local going to be Michael Irvin? Right? Unless the local is going to be
Michael Irvin, we can't just replicate this. We're not just going to show up at a Chargers thing and be like, yo, Lance Allworth, he gave us the same exact thing. No, this is Michael Irvin. He is, wow, man, they're spot among kings. They are so thirsty to be better. Say what you want about Cowboys fans. You can't call them fair weather. The weather ain't been good in a very, very long time. They still remain with a remarkable level of energy for this. I just no pressure, Amari Cooper. All you got to do is make the Cowboys look like royalty. Yeah, well, hey, man, look, I don't know how much it takes for Michael Irvin to actually believe that his loyalty that we have here. He was sweating. At some point, he was like, why am I sweating? And I'm like, I don't know, Michael Irvin. Well, why are you sweating? Yeah, because it's really, really warm in there. Coming up next, find out who was questioning the Peterman.
Download this show as a podcast, Bomani's too. Check out mine too if you can figure out who I am.
Introducing the Traveler Custom Suit. Select from over 40 premium swatches with 100% natural stretch wool and your own personal touches for a wrinkle-free, stain-resistant suit starting at $8.98. From selection to stitch to store, that's the bank way.
This is a large 3-topping pizza from Domino's. You can carry one out for $7.99 every day. This is a 3-topping handmade pan pizza from Domino's, and now you can also carry one out for $7.99 every day. This is a logo from Domino's, and this is the end of the commercial from Domino's.
There is something about a Guinness that reminds you there's less that separates us than brings us together. Here's the whistle.
This is actually under your budget. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you move in, Geico could help you save on renter's insurance.
Yeah, Geico helped me with renter's insurance too.
Seem a bit thin.
They are a great practice for you every night.
Says the guy who sings karaoke by himself.
Very shy singer.
You're calm down.
Shall we move on to the next one?
It's a great building. You'll love it here.
We have mixers every Thursday.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance.
Our hiring delays causing work to pile up. That's not smart. Then there's smart. ZipRecruiter finds people with the right skills, education, and experience for your job and actively invites them to apply. So you get qualified candidates fast. That's why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/easy.
Salonpas. We're the world leader in medicinal pain patches. Our latest innovation, Salonpas Lidocaine, using hydrogel-based technology with the maximum strength lidocaine you can buy without a prescription. Salonpas Lidocaine. Nothing is proven stronger or more effective against pain.
Experience Control GX for men, the first shampoo with a brain. So smart, it reduces gray gradually. The more you shampoo, the less gray you have. How smart is that? Gradually reduce gray with Control GX shampoo, just for men.
Introducing the Traveler Custom Suit. Select from over 40 premium swatches with 100% natural stretch wool and your own personal touches for a wrinkle-free, stain-resistant suit starting at $8.98. From selection to stitch to store, that's the bank way.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. Get up in it now. L-O-G-I-C, I'm feeling free, I'm feeling bring it now. Get up when I'm down, had enough, almost ran out with when I'm beating to the ground.
Sonic blockbuster season begins with a State Farm Champions Classic. Michigan State, Kansas at 7, then Duke, Kentucky, Tuesday on ESPN.
What you doing for Dave asked you how much you weigh? So when you do throw the football, high percentage,
It's going so well until...
Ask him how much his mama weighs.
Oh, we talking about weight, huh? How much your mama weighs? You ain't got to worry about how much I weigh. You won't be feeling nothing on here.
Weeknights at 6 on My 20 Vision.
This second half has been.
Hey, don't you guys have a game today? Yeah, we just put in our HEB curbside order. Hey, grab a couple Parma steaks. I got you. So we're placing our order now. You gonna get it on the way home or have it delivered? It's kind of like a pregame ritual. Oh, cool. You have any other pregame rituals?
Much more aggressive in their pursuit.
I will intercept the ball. Renai will throw the ball. Nope. Can't think of any.
Order online, then receive your groceries at home with HEB delivery or pick up curbside.
I gaming is coming to you from the Seaport District at Pier 17. Brought to you by JACE.
What's the responsibility that ends versus the tackle?
Happy birthday, Odell Beckham, 26 years old. Oh, yes, today is his birthday, and I know what he's doing somewhere right now.
Is he dancing?
He's dancing. No matter what it is, no matter where it is, he's dancing.
I hope he's surrounded by those fake Odell Beckhams. They can finally surround him and pay tribute appropriately.
They dancing too.
First quote. This guy has games with 4+ interceptions, and I still don't have a job in the league? Unreal. Said ex-Bills quarterback E.J. Manuel on Instagram, reacting to Nathan Peterman throwing 3 interceptions Sunday, Bo. Do you feel E.J. Manuel in this game?
All right, you have to understand, I never, not at Florida State or any other point, thought E.J. Manuel was an NFL quarterback. I literally laughed out loud when he was the first quarterback taken in the 2013 draft. He so has a point, right? Like the idea that people keep trying, the Peterman out here to start, and Manuel doesn't have a job. I think he's 28 years old. I'm not saying he should be starting somewhere. He can't even get a baseball cap on. Meanwhile, the Peterman, bruh.
E.J. Manuel, I have sympathy for you. I have sympathy for Colin Kaepernick. I have sympathy for any quarterback, honestly, who is still ambulatory and who watches this and is wildly frustrated with their condition. But Bo, if I may be the inspirational, motivational speaker for the Peterman QB rating went up after this game, despite the 3 picks. The Peterman was the Bills' leading rusher with 8 carries for 46 yards. Come on, he had a touch. He's responsible for the last 2 offensive touchdowns the Bills have scored. And granted, one was the rushing touchdown and the other was like weeks and weeks ago. But come on, man, Peterman. Some good news coming out of that game.
You think that was inspirational?
Like
you think if you're him sitting there watching right there, he's like, you know what? You're right. After hearing that a 3-interception game, interceptions, by the way, that you guys try to tell me weren't his fault. But after a 3-interception game, telling him that took his quarterback rating up, you think that's going to inspire?
On the graph, this would be an upset.
Would that inspire you?
Bo, there's a Japanese proverb.
How about a yes or no answer?
Fall down 7 times, get up 8. And he got up that 8th time, and it is inspirational to me.
You're not even from Japan.
Peterman. You just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
We need volunteers, not hostages. Since Steelers coach Mike Tomlin, Pablo, James Conner has averaged 172 yards of scrimmage over the past 4 games. He convincing you the Steelers don't need Le'Veon Bell.
So there is some irony in him talking about hostages because players like Le'Veon Bell see the franchise tag as the hostage tag. So on that level, that's a little funny. But the second level of irony, Bo, is that Le'Veon Bell made a case against the disposability of running backs. That was his philosophy. He needs to protect himself. But instead, he became a case for the disposability of running backs. And it's because James Conner has been this good. And it's just not a good look for Le'Veon Bell, who wanted to be paid the most money ever to a running back whenever he gets to be a free agent. And so, I wouldn't be worried about Le'Veon Bell.
Worried about what? Like, what are you worried is going to happen?
I would be worried that people don't think I'm as good as they thought they would.
But yeah, that may be the case. But here's the thing. He's going to be a free agent, right? Somebody's going to need a running back, need forces of competition. He has nothing really to lose. In fact, I can make an argument that Bell has plenty to gain because Conner is playing so well that when Bell comes back, he might not have to log those carries that are the reason why he's not showing up in the first place. He does not want to take the carries. Yes, James Conner is good, but let's not act like James Conner is some dude off the street. James Conner was Offensive Player of the Year in a Power 5 conference as a sophomore, right? We know him so much because of the story with cancer and everything else, but he's really, really good. And so you're right. If you got another really good running back, you don't need to pay Le'Veon Bell. But there aren't that many teams that have running backs who are playing as well as James Conner. And if you think you can go in the 3rd round and go find one, knock yourself out. That's where the Steelers found Le'Veon Bell. But I don't see anything that Bell
Bell has to lose because this dude is playing. Well, I hope that Le'Veon Bell has one buyer in the market because, to your point, that's all it takes. But he's 27, and if you're going to make the case that you're an exceptional, transcendent running back, it would help if you were a little bit younger. To show me how many other people played as well as James Conner. If it was a league full of people playing that well, then you're right. You can go get another one of these. How many people got another one of these? Last quote. Yeah, we're not going to fire him.
Because him getting tackled
said Magic Johnson about Lakers coach Luke Walton. Both of you were Luke. How would you feel hearing this vote of confidence, kind of, from your boss?
Well, I mean, if I was Luke, I was there for the conversation that took place in the beginning, like the one that got us here. So being in that conversation, I know a little bit more about what this is that is going on. It is fair for us to raise the question whether or not we overreacted just a little bit to the idea of a boss telling the manager of an underperforming unit that they might want to perform better.
Yes. However, I do think that part of this is this turning up of the heat on the boiling pot of water that is the Lakers. LeBron James, wherever he goes, he likes that water to be at a simmer, even in its resting state. So you're right, this is not some transformative, oh man, the Lakers are imploding thing right now. I could argue that the Raptors, who they got blown out by last night, they're actually a really good team. But it's just that discomfort that LeBron likes as a resting state.
Here's the thing, you keep putting all these things on LeBron like we're not talking about Magic. Like it is possible that LeBron likes it this way. Do you think that Magic Johnson, do you really think that he's going down to LeBron and being like, hey, how do you want me to handle this? No, Magic Johnson, wildly successful Magic Johnson at every turn, who behaves like this in all the other businesses that he had. It doesn't stand, it totally stands to reason that he would do the same thing with Luke Walton. Maybe this is a LeBron thing, but there's a leap with no actual connection that's being made.
Oh, we see that Magic defers to LeBron as a matter of power, but you're right. And by the way, there was another LeBron story after the break. He goes to Diddy's birthday party. We will unpack that as well.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's going to go down again. And now a timeout defensively.
When you show up to a holiday party with a great tasting, less filling light beer, you might need to find a backup fridge. Happy holidays from Miller Lite.
Deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. On play action, now Brady.
Uncle John!
You ready?
Yes.
The catch is made.
For every kind of big day, there's McDonald's new triple breakfast stacks. Stacked with 2 sausage patties, 2 slices of cheese, bacon, and egg.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain or knee pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace or knee brace covered by Medicare at little to absolutely no cost to you. 800-871-9774 right now to see if you qualify. These professional-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, spinal disorders, stenosis, and other painful back problems. Our medical-grade durable knee braces are designed for those with osteoarthritis and general knee pain and weakness. Our accredited staff will handle all of the Medicare paperwork, and best of all, your brace is shipped directly to your home for free. Will you qualify for a Medicare-covered back brace or knee brace? There's only one way to find out. Call the Back and Knee Brace Center at 800-871-9774. That's 800-871-9774.
For decades, Men's Warehouse has been helping guys like the way they look. But what makes us so confident?
Maybe it's their expert stylists who know their designer brands.
Or their attention to every last detail.
They're going to like the way you look.
Lakers at 10:30 Wednesday on ESPN, presented by State Farm.
When I was shopping for car insurance, the choice was easy. I switched to Geico and saved hundreds. Excuse me. That's a win, but it's not the only reason I switched. Hi. Geico authorized licensed agents who I can reach 24/7. Great savings and round-the-clock service? Now that's a win-win.
Winner, winner.
Yay, me. Oh, hi. With that.
Switch to Geico. It's a win-win.
I've always looked forward to what's next. And I'm still going for my best, even though I live with a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, not caused by a heart valve problem. So if there's a better treatment than warfarin, I'm up for that. Eliquis. Eliquis is proven to reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, plus has significantly less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis is FDA approved and has both. So what's next? Seeing these guys.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to, as stopping increases your risk of having a stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking Eliquis, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer than usual for any bleeding to stop. Seek immediate medical care for sudden signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Eliquis may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
Eliquis, the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner. Ask your doctor if Eliquis is what's next for you.
Yo, from Pro Football Reference, Bills quarterbacks have 3 passing touchdowns and they throw 3 pick sixes. They be the first team since 1977 to have as many pick sixes as passing touchdowns, and I'm blown away it even happened in 1977.
That is an impressive stat, and Nathan, they hit the hands first before the pick six happened. You can rest your head on that. Not entirely your fault.
Just read the card.
I'm trying to be
read the card.
First number. Today's number is $15,937,500. It's how much money Sam Bradford got paid for 3 starts with the Cardinals. But should other players be jealous of Sam, or congratulatory?
I salute you, Sam Bradford. You may not be a legend on the field, baby, but you a legend at the bank. Good for you. Sam Bradford was the last of those bonus baby quarterbacks. The 2010 draft's the last one before the rookie wage scale. He got $50 million guaranteed. None of us thought he was that good by the end of it, but we knew it wasn't that easy to find another one like him. More money, more money, more money. And I actually kind of feel bad for him because he's been hurt for most of his career, right? Like, injuries have been a story. When he played in Minnesota, he was very good.
He was very
now,
accurate.
Not so
very
much,
good.
and he...
I mean, well, here's the thing, Bo. Imagine being Cam Newton, because Cam Newton came after him that year in 2011, and he didn't get the $50 million guaranteed. He made plenty of money, but this guy was a tipping point, not just for the rookie wage scale being a thing, but